All right, not a problem. Okay, whenever you got a time, you just go through the link, So something like, wherever the topic major difference is there in any of the topic, I'll share you that link. Suppose cloning. Okay, so I'll give you the 11. I mean, so 12.1 cloning. Recording session to you, and here we would be doing 12.2 cloning, so you will be seeing the difference. And while going through that link, if you come across any doubt or whatever, just you can come back to me anytime. Okay, I think I can share you file system architecture as well, because yeah, that is where a major challenge. I'll do one thing. Okay, so I'll upload to YouTube this file system architecture. I'll upload and bringing up the services and bringing down the services part, sourcing the environment class. These three classes also I will upload and I will share it to you whenever you got a time. Okay, so these days, YouTube, we got a beautiful feature. You can download it in offline so that wherever you want, you can watch it. So you can do that. All right, let's do some practice today. You can see my screen now. Yeah, so database is up and running. Let me see. Yeah, application is also up and running. Okay, but it's not a big deal. So most of the AD utilities we can execute when the application is up and running, except some auto config like and relinking the application like that. So otherwise, anything you can execute. And for practice, it doesn't matter. But in the real time, yeah, this is required. So basically, whenever you are executing, you won't, very rarely you will be creating your own action plan. Who would be responsible for someone's action plan? That someone is Oracle. So Oracle will be asking you, okay, so execute so and so task, run radiate and bring down the services, run radiate and bring up the services, something like that. The action plan will be giving you clearly. Okay, but for your information, whenever you are relinking the application, probably you won't be relinking the application frequently or as a standalone activity. Okay, as part of cloning, as part of upgradation or any high level patching. So during that time you would be doing, and anyway during that time you would be bringing down the application. That won't be much big difference. Okay, right. So before going to start the AD admin practice, okay, let's discuss about AD controller. All right. Okay. So AD controller is the utility. All right. Okay. And let me start open there is a separate topic. I think a chapter. There is a chapter. Once after discussing about AD controller, and then we will jump into the practice. Yeah. AD configuration and management utilities. Okay. After completing the session, you should be able to. Yeah. The monitoring the worker's progress, restart and shut down a worker, troubleshoot a worker progress, relink the AD programs, install a new off-cycling product, convert the character set. Okay, fine. In this, you would be discussing about the first one, two, three topics, or you can continue also, doesn't matter. Okay. So here, there is a separate utility for these first three options. So there is a separate utility as we already discussed. That's called AD controller. Okay. So the utility name is ADCTRL. All right. So basically, the AD controller utility, okay, where you would be monitoring the workers. So basically, whenever you perform any of the application DBA activity, every task will be defined as a job. Okay, so that job, okay, suppose there is a task like creating the table, creating an index, inserting some data, okay, and then creating a view. Okay, this is one of the tasks you need to perform. So when you are executing this particular activity through patching or some other AD utility, these activities will be divided as a job. Okay, job one, create a table. Job two, create a index. Job three, insert the data. Job four, something like that. Job one, two, three, four, something like that. It will be splitted, and some multitasking will be happening here. Means there will be some workers at the time of initiating the utility itself. You would be providing the number of workers. Okay, so those workers will be executing this task. Maybe this particular activity may not execute parallelly, but suppose if you are regenerating 100 reports, 100 reports is. I mean that will split it as 100 jobs. So 100 jobs. I mean if you specify 10 workers, so 10 jobs will be assigned to one worker, 10 jobs will be assigned to one worker, and another 10, 10, 10, something like that. Okay, 10 jobs, each will have 10 jobs, and they will start executing their own task. Okay, so here there is a challenge. Is by any chance, if any of the worker got failed, the whole process will get failed. Okay, it will get stuck. It will not continue. Okay, suppose report one. Okay, when you are regenerating the report one got failed. Okay, report five got failed. So the other side, four workers are there, and they are having 40 jobs, and all 40 jobs are it's in a good condition. Okay, so it can execute and it can finish up their task. But here, no, when the fourth worker or fifth job is failed, immediately a signal will be sent it to the other workers as well internally. Okay, so hold the job. So till you fix this particular issue, though they are in a good condition, it will not continue. It will struck like that. You have to do something to this particular worker. Okay, one, you verify the error. Okay, you can go to the worker log file. Okay, so worker one. So you can go back and you can see AD worker 001 dot log, identify the issue, fix that issue, and say and come back to this controller and say restart the worker. It will try to compile once again. I mean, it will try to regenerate that particular report once again. And if the fix is right, it will continue. And the signal will be sent it to the other workers as well. So I'm fine. You can continue. Okay. All right. So suppose that fix is wrong. Okay. So again, it will fail, and again the process will get stuck. Again, you need to go back to um, worker 001 dot log, and you need to verify. Okay, you understood. Like you can't fix that issue. But AD utility got struck like that, isn't it? So until unless you come out of that particular worker, okay, the whole process will struck like that. AD controller, I mean AD utility will be hanging like that. So you have to exit from the worker. Okay, means so that is also available in AD controller. You need to initiate the AD controller. You need to, I mean, exit the worker. Then only other guys will be coming. Okay, otherwise, when you exit the worker, the other guys won't continue. They will think as everybody is exiting. Everybody has to exit the worker and come back. The process will be like that. So sometimes you may think like, okay, this particular report is a useless report, and there is no point in doing the research on this particular report also, because maybe that company that customer is not using that particular report. So in that case, you have to do something. Unless you do something to this particular worker, other guys will not continue. So you can say ignore the worker. There is an option called ignore. If you ignore the worker, the workers will think like fixed and continued. Okay, they will ignore it and other guys will continue. So either you need to fix the issue and continue, either you need to exit from the whole process, or you can ignore and continue. These are the options are there basically. These are the major options for AD controller. Okay, so some scenarios are there. It will get struck like that. It will be in running status. Okay, the worker one will be in running status. Okay, and it's not moving at all. No complication basically. Okay, ignoring and continuing any complication. No, no complication. The only thing is that particular whatever you are ignoring, that functionality won't be working. Means okay, report one it's got failed, and you ignored the report one. I mean, worker one is executing report one. Let's say okay, that report one is useless for customer. Okay, then if you ignore that and if you continue, doesn't matter because the work that particular report is not being used by customer. Suppose report one is in using, I mean, the request customer. Okay, when you ignore it, then report whenever customer is accessing report one, there is an issue. So you need to intimate it to the customer. Okay, for the time being, you can ignore that particular worker and continue for the rest of the worker's sake. You can continue. It will continue, and you need to troubleshoot that particular report separately. Okay, see why we need to ignore the worker and all. See, sometimes we would be getting the maintenance window of 1 hour or 2 hours, let's say. Okay, so as per the, I mean, estimation within 1 hour, system need to be, I mean, the task need to be completed, and then we need to bring up the services. That's the condition. Okay, so within in 1 hour, let's say 1 hour, it will take to bring up all the services to perform the health checks and to hand over to the customer. For that, you have given 1 hour slot to execute the particular task. You have given 1 hour task. Okay, in that 1 hour, this issue has raised. Okay, and maximum you would be allocating 10 to 15 minutes time to resolve that particular issue. Okay, if you don't resolve that issue in 15 minutes, we have to take a decision. You have to, because you need to, and the next day another 1 hour slot is going to come, and you have to do something for that particular window, and you have to bring up the services. You have to hand over whatever. I mean, at the time of bringing up the services, some formalities will be there, and you have to follow those formalities. Depends on the customer. Okay, so in this 15 minutes, you have to take a decision. Okay, you 10 15 minutes, you reviewed it and you fixed some issue and restarted the worker, and you couldn't able to find out, like, still issue is there. Okay, so there you have to take a decision. Because of one particular report, you can't hold the entire application, right? Because of one particular form, you can't hold entire application. Okay, so you will be ignoring that particular form or report. You will continue, or you bring up the services, and you will intimate to the customer saying this particular form is having an issue. Separately we were working on it, and you continue using your application, but when you are accessing this particular form, you would be facing an issue. Okay, so here what is happening, instead of blocking the entire instance, you are blocking only one particular form. So it's better, isn't it? And you have to coordinate with the customer. Such a things and all you won't be getting in production straight away. You would be getting in the non-production. Okay, so non-production should be one of the, see, basically the environments will be test environments will be there, development environments will be there, and there will be one environment in each and every company which is nothing but a pre-prod environment. Okay, this test, dev 1, dev 2, dev 3, or test 1, test 2, test 3, these and all, this is the application side, file system side. Yes, it will be same mostly. Okay, but database side, no. Okay, it's a very minimum amount of data we will be taking here, and we'll be going there. Okay, when it comes to the pre-prod instance, it will be the architecture wise everything. Okay, see, normally in my environment, um 12 plus 2, 15 plus 2, 17 node environment. Mine is in my previous, I mean, when I was in DWP. Okay, 17 node architecture mine is. Okay, but when it comes to the test, 3 node architecture only I will be maintaining. Okay, 4 node architecture only I will be maintaining. Development also I will be maintaining the 4 node architecture. But when it comes to the pre-prod also 17 node. People will be maintaining like that. One system, the architecture wise, everything will be matched. Otherwise, test instance 17 nodes, so dev 1 17 node, dev 3 17 node, dev 2 17 node, something like that. It will be a big messy to maintain, and it will be a huge cost effect. You're getting right. Okay, so you will be understanding once you step into the environment. You would be understanding what is what are how many number of dev environments are there, how many number of test environments are there, what is the pre-prod instance. Okay, so production size, pre-prod production architecture, pre-prod architecture, and this architecture. I mean dev and test architecture. So you would be comparing. There will be one document in each and every company. You would be, and otherwise, if you are joining as a implementation DBA, you have to create the document. Okay, as part of that implementation, would be creating the document as well. You understood, right? The scenarios. Okay, so depends on the situation, depends on the downtime and the maintenance window. You would be taking the decision on this basically. Okay, so running a AD controller. Okay, so you would be running the AD controller is something like is called. I mean, you would be logging into the application user. You would be sourcing the environment, and then you would be executing the AD controller. ADCTRL is the utility, and you can execute it from wherever you want. Okay, so let's say which ADCTRL. See, it is there. So you can execute from wherever you want. Okay, and it will be prompting you some of the user, I mean some of the inputs, and I can show you them. ADCTRL. Okay, perfect. So it would be asking is your a default directory apple top fine or not. You'll say yes. AD controller log file. Okay, so you can say ADCTRL underscore 30th 07 dot log. You can give whatever you want. And apple sys. Okay, enter the oracle username of apple sys is apple sys, and the password of apps, because here you are giving apps password, and it is supposed to be apple sys password, but nowhere in your e-business suite they will be saying if I enter a apple sys password. They will be asking app password only. Okay, so since the apple sys password and the apps password both are same, okay, you have to give the same. So you would be getting like this. Let us keep it for your information. Mm, all right. So these are the options you will be seeing. Okay. So anyway, these options, I mean, you can't see those options like now. You can't use these options because none of the AD utilities. Right? In the next iteration, we will be discussing. Okay, in parallel, we will be executing one of the AD utility, and then we will test these. Okay. So show worker status. It would be showing the list of and all the list of workers. Okay. So if you define, I mean, at the time of executing AD utility, if you give 4 as the number of worker. So when you say show worker status, it will be showing worker 1, worker 2, 3, 4, okay, and running, assigned, failed. Okay. So next, tell worker to restart a failed job. So suppose worker 1 failed and you fixed the issue and you are confident that the issue is right, then you can come down, you can choose this option, and when you say, when you select this second option, it would be asking which worker do you need to restart. Okay, so you can say to, I mean, second worker or first worker or third worker, whatever it is, you just give that and it will try to restart. Okay, so suppose I mean some all the workers failed by any chance, all the 4 workers got failed, and you have to restart all the 4 workers. So instead of giving 2, 3, 4, something like, you can give ALL all and enter. It will restart all the workers. All right. So tell the workers to quit. Okay, you decided you can't fix that issue, and you can't continue. Also, I mean, you may think like Without fixing the tissue, continuing the other stuff is also no use. Okay, so at that point of time, yeah, you have to halt that particular activity and you have to come out. Okay, so in that case, you have to use tell worker to quit, and you would be saying all. Okay, so when you say all the workers will be coming out and you can continue. I mean, you can take a decision like, maybe you can schedule it later or something like that. Okay, so tell the manager that a worker failed its job. So this is a typical one, because see, sometimes what will happen, the worker one will be in a running status. Okay, and it will be in running status forever. Okay, means it will not continue, it will not complete it, it will not give an error, it will be in running status. Okay, for 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Okay, so it means that worker, something is wrong with the that particular job, but it's hanging like that. It's not throwing any error, or it's not doing anything. Okay, so you went into the database side, you have verified is there any process is running or anything. Nothing is running. So you decided you have to come out. Okay, so you have to fix the issue, or you have to go back to the Oracle and convey this issue, or something you have to do. But when you say quit, it will not quit. Why? Because the worker will never quit when the worker status is in running status. Okay, when it is running status, it will think like, okay, he is doing something, let us not disturb. So forcefully, you need to change the running status to failed status, and then you have to quit. Okay, so here in the while, I mean, by choosing the fourth option, you would be converting forcefully. You would be converting the running status worker to failed. Forcefully you will change the status to failed, and when it is failed you can quit. Okay, so you will come to, I mean, you will be telling the worker to quit, and you will come out, or else you can restart the worker also. Okay, so suppose, I mean, if it is in a running status, when you try to restart the worker, no, it is already running. Well, it will give a message. So make it failed, fix the issue if you know, and then you restart the worker, then it will continue. You getting me right? Okay. Next, tell manager that, yeah, tell manager that your worker acknowledged to quit. Sometimes even if you use the third option, it will not it will not exit. Okay, so forcefully it is exiting like that. Okay, so you would be exiting forcefully by using the fifth option and continue. Okay, next, restart a worker on a current machine. In the sense, this option you would be using when you are preferring distributed Appletop. Okay, there is a concept called distributed Appletop where you can execute. I mean, suppose yours is a multi-node installation. Okay, so you got a node 2 and node 3 are application users. You can split the workers to make it very faster. So by using the concept called distributed Appletop, you can split your number of workers also. Okay, so here 10 workers and in another machine 10 workers. Right. So if you want to restart the current machine, you will be using this machine. Otherwise, you will be exiting from here, and you will be exiting the AD controller here, and you will be initiating the AD controller in other machine, and you will be restarting those machine workers from that machine. Okay. So this option, just for your information, you won't be running in that way. Okay, though you are having a 10 node architecture, you won't be doing that. It's, maintenance will be very difficult. Okay, monitoring and maintenance will be very difficult. So you would be running in only one machine. You won't be using the distributed hybrid of concept. That concept is just for your information I have given to you. Okay, fine. Seventh is the exit, and there is a one more option. Okay, the other, I mean, some time back I said you can ignore the worker and continue, but you can't see that, right? The worker one is a show. I mean, sorry, option one is a show worker status. Tell the workers to restart a failed job. Tell worker to quit. Tell the manager that a worker failed its job. Tell the manager that a worker acknowledged to quit and restart the worker on the current machine. Then where is the ignore the worker? That is a hidden option in AD controller. It's even if you say 8, it will be accepting that, and it will be asking which worker need to be ignored. Okay, still I don't know why Arkell has taken that decision. Okay, so straight away, I mean, since from 11, this option is like this. It's a hidden option. Okay, so in 12.1, 12.0, or 12.1, or 12.2, somewhere they could have give as a seventh option is a ignore worker and eighth option is a exit, but still they are not giving. They are keeping that one as a hidden option only, and I don't know. But this particular, I mean, though everybody knows, this particular option people will be asking in the interview compulsory. So eighth option is a hidden option which you can't see here, but you can ignore the worker by choosing eighth option. Okay. So anyway, it will throw an error. Okay. So I mean, we'll see. Like whenever I'm executing any of the task, it will be telling you like it will be asking which worker need to be ignored or something. Okay, so I'll tell you. I'll put this. All right. Okay. So that's it. So are you clear about these options? Okay. So, should I continue? We'll see again. Okay, while executing, let's initiate any of the regenerating the forms or something, and we'll see here. Okay, fine. Next. Okay, fine. Next, there is a table called fnd install process table. Okay, so this is an important table. Is called transparent table, which will be creating at the time ready usage and dropping by AD after finishing the task. All right. You need to keep make a note of this. Okay, you need to remember this particular thing. Okay, this table you can't see whenever you want. Okay, this is called a transparent table. Okay, AD controller, and there is another table called AD underscore jobs. AD deferred jobs. Also, trip. Okay, and restart folder. Okay, so what will happen once your AD utility is done? The FND install process table will be dropped. AD default job table will be dropped, and the contents of the restart folder will be stopped, deleted. Contents. Okay, the files which are under restart folder will be deleted. The folder will not be deleted. The only contents will be deleted. Okay, means whenever you initiate the AD utility, the number of workers I mean, the worker should remember, okay, how many jobs are assigned to him, how many are completed, how many are pending, how many failed. The entire information he need to remember somewhere, right? That somewhere is nothing but a pending install process table. Okay, so this table will be created. In this table the list will be added. Okay, total number of jobs are so and so, total number of workers are so and so, distributed like this. Okay, each worker status, everything will be updated. Okay, and deferred information will be loaded in AD deferred job, and some file system will be in the restart folder. So whenever AD utility, okay, whenever you initiate the AD utility, first that utility will be verified. By any chance, is there fnd install process table exist in the database? If yes, somewhere AD utility is in running. Look, it will not continue. You will be saying like, there is a AD utility is running. Do you want me to continue that session, or there is a failed session is there? Do you want me to continue that session or not? Something like that it will be asking. Okay. When you say yes, it will continue. Okay. And the other side, whatever AD utility is executing, that process will get halt. That will be disturbed. So you have to make sure, nobody else is running AD utility in your, maybe sometimes, if you are in a small organization, for that particular environment, one or two DBS will be there. And see, when I was in Oracle, I mean, it's totally some 10 teams will be there, and three shifts will be there. From US some DBS, and Egypt some DBS, and APAC India some DBS. Okay, so we never know. I got one service request and I'm working on that. And probably maybe another service request we would have assigned to the US DBA and in the same shift. Okay, and by mistake, same time they would have scheduled. So when I'm trying to do something on AD utility, I'll get an error. And when he initiated, he will get an error. Some clash will be happen. Okay, so that need to be understand. Okay, why previous environment, previous this particular table is still there. Okay, so is there any error or someone else? I mean, is there any error in the previous execution or someone else is executing? That analysis need to be done, and you have to make sure that nobody else is running. It's a previous error only. And if you decided to continue, you will be saying, "Do you want me to continue?" Yes, you will be saying continue. And in some point of time, it will be asking, okay, I mean, it will be continuing like that. And when you say no, it would be asking, there is a FN initial process table, do you want me to drop? And yes, you have to drop it. Once you drop it, then continue, and freshly it will create one more FN install process table, and you will freshly add your number of workers details. You understood? Okay, so this is how this AD controller, and this is how AD utility will be identifying, means it will be continuing from the previous session. Okay, right. So now let's start one of the activity. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll do one thing. I'll show you AD validate app schema, compile app schema. I will show you. So before that, let me see how many invalid objects are there. Okay, as I said better. Unfortunately, no invalid object. You will be seeing the difference basically. Okay. Okay. Yeah, top forms. Yes. But it will take lots of time. Okay. We'll do one thing. We will execute only one form. Okay. We'll regenerate only one form. We can regenerate many, but no, it will take lots of time. Should we continue? Okay, one time we will be doing one full cycle. All right, okay. So let me take a backup of this. cv minus r of es to es underscore test. Okay, so yes. So I'm removing them. So now none of the form is there. AR top, remember. Okay, for AR, none of the form is there, and let us regenerate your AR forms. Okay, so let's say from wherever you want, you can say AD admin, and you will be seeing here. So AD admin, enter. It would be asking you, okay, parameter, write apple dot AD admin underscore frm gen dot log. Okay, so email notification will be asking default no. I want to go with no. 1000 is fine. My database is right, yes, and my system password is the manager, and the apps password is apps by default. So for your information, let me copy this. Go. not everything is required, to be honest. Okay. Okay. Anyway, this and all too much. This information that is too. Shall I keep it or should I remove it? Okay, just for your information, keep it, and if you want, you can sort out. Okay. All right. So generate application file menu and maintain application file menu, compile or reload application database entities menu, maintain application database entities menu. So these are the four options, and fifth one is the exit. Okay. So if you select one, you would be seeing other. Okay, so these and all we discussed: generate message, generate form, generate report, generate jar file, and go back to main menu. And if you select two, relink application, compile files to the, copy files to the destination, convert character set, snapshot, check the missing files, return. And if you select three, compile app schema, compile menu information, compile flex fields, reload jars. These are the yesterday we have discussed. Okay. If you select four, the validate app schema, recreate grants and synonyms for app schema, maintain multilingual table, dual table. Okay. So all these options are recorded here. Let us keep it. Go, go, go. Yeah. All right. When you say five, you will be exiting. Okay. Fine. Okay. So let us do first option. Generate message file, generate form file. We are going to take generate form file. Okay. When you select two, here it would be asking the AD utility can support a maximum of 999 workers. Your current database configuration support a maximum of 8 workers, 2 to 8 you can. Okay, so it's basically it's the current database setting it is saying, and it's basically the number of CPUs and the RAM, the SGA which you have to do. It will add all the information. It will be recommending you. Okay, so 2 to 8 workers, and I can go up to 8. Okay, so you can even it will take 10 also, but you would be seeing a huge amount of performance issue. Okay, so next your current character set is UTF-8, and do you want me to continue? Yes with that, and if you say yes. So do you want to regenerate the forms? PLSQL libraries also not required basically. Okay, so I'll say no. Just I need a form. Do you want to regenerate a form menu files? No, not required. Okay, and to say yes or no, you would be getting as part of action plan. Okay, so here I'm saying no. Do you want to regenerate a form executables? Let me go. Yes, and form executable are nothing but FMX only. All right. So the list of products. Okay, all products are when you say enter, it will be regenerating for all the products, and you can say AR. Okay, generate a specific form object for each selected product. One form or all the form? No. When I say no, it will be okay. the list of languages. What are the language? Yes, language it is showing, and if you are having multiple languages, and if you decided to regenerate for only one particular language, you need to specify the language name. Otherwise, you can say yes, it will continue. Okay, so is this current correct language? Yes. So let me take. Continue the same. All right. All right. Okay. So here, the language information will be providing, and it will continue. It will start doing that. See, table AD. Okay, F and creating FND install process table you would have seen. Okay, so assigned. Now is the time to use AD controller as well. Let me open another window. Go. See, now you can see worker one running, worker two running. Okay, some of them are completed AP. Okay, see, you may get a doubt like, so AR you have deleted for AR and it is generating AP as well. So that is what I said at the time of architecture. There are some interdependencies there, though you are doing for that particular product. What and all products are depend on that particular product that will work on those products as well. Okay, so now move to AR. So assigned completed. Okay, so it will be continuing. Yeah, it is move to wait. For next. Okay. You can open another window. You can start monitoring whether that particular folder is having any file has been generated or not. You can see. Yeah, top forms. Yes. See, we just now deleted and it started populating. That's how it will be. And I can show you something, right? So, as I said, common location AU top contains all the list of forms. Okay, so I can go to AU top forms. Yes. See, FMB file you are seeing here, and the appropriate, the corresponding FMX file you would be seeing here. Okay, you go to any other product, PA top, let's say. Oops, right. So take this. See, FMB file, FMX file. Okay, but this AU top contains all the product FMB files, all products. Whoever, whatever product doesn't matter. Whatever product file if they ask you, Simply you need to come down to this file, I mean in this location, download it. Download it through WinSCP or whatever, FTP or whatever. Okay, it's comfortable for you. Download it and give it to them. They would be customizing or doing whatever they want, and they will be coming back to you. And you take a backup of the existing file before replacing. You place it here, come here. Okay, the earlier we said, just compile all the forms. I said, right. So instead of that, you will be compiling only one form here. So you will be saying no. Okay, do you want to compile only one form or something? It will be asking. So there, instead of going where list of languages, fine. Oh, till that only I have copied. Okay, form for list. Oh yeah. Do you want to generate form executables? Yes, sir. List all products. Yes, sir. Specific form. Generate a specific form object for a selected product. By default, it is no. You need to say yes here, and it will be asking. It will be listing out all the list of forms and all. And okay, so if you see, still how many jobs? 182 jobs remaining. Okay, it's faster somehow. Okay, so let's keep this information also. The weight of information. And, yeah, oops. Yeah, just for your information. Mm, just this is also I'll put it just for your information. This also I'll keep it AD controller section. Okay, so by any chance, let's say, tell worker to restart a job. Okay, it will be asking like this. Okay, enter your worker number or all workers. Okay, so you would be providing depends on your this one. Okay, same thing. Even if you select a third, which one? Which one do you want to? All workers you want to exit or one worker? Okay, it will be asking. Okay, so 3, 4 also the same thing. Five. For all, it will be asking the same. One worker or all workers? Depending on the situation of your this one, you will be taking a decision. All workers or one worker. Okay, so 6. Okay, and say you. I'll say 8th. See, it is asking. Okay, all workers you want me to ignore and one worker you need to ignore, which is a hidden option. Just going on. So waiting. Now you can see FN install process table here. So can you count it or nine rows are there? Maybe one handler and eight workers. So I think something is doing. So done. I think completed. So telling workers to quit. Worker one quit, and after that you would be seeing a message saying that dropping FN install process table also. Once after quitting, you observe carefully. Yeah, dropping FN install process table, dropping AD deferred jobs. Okay, and you are done now. Okay, so all workers quitted. See, smoothly it is doing. It is saying all the workers to quit once after finishing the activity and dropping the pen install process table, dropped. And by any chance, if anything goes wrong here, it would not come quit here and it will not drop here. And when you try to initiate from other window, it would be saying, do you want me to continue? The previous session is there or not? Okay, I can do that. Sample. I will show you that message also. Okay. Um, do what? That's small activity. Oh no 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 no. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll keep this information also for you, and we'll do that. That so it contains the log information as well. Yeah, right. Let's keep. This is the controller, I think. Yeah. Oh no. Right. Okay. So this is here is the C. Here is the log you would see. Right. So next we'll do the scenario. Let's try to execute one AD utility here, and the other window will try to execute one more AD utility. We'll see what exactly it will do. Okay. Let's initiate. Okay. Let's do compile app schema. 8 workers I'll be saying. Okay. In the next window, let me be ready. 8 workers I said. So run node, it's okay. Right. So now let me try AD. See, your previous AD administration session did not run completion. Do you wish to continue with your previous AD admin? If I say yes here, it will screw here. Okay. Let me say yes. Ah, no, no. Do you wish to continue with your unable to open the file? Okay, okay, okay. maybe this particular activity it is not allowing. Maybe if you are doing for a patching or something, it will be say. Same. So that message also I will copy here. I think it's stuck. Looks like it's stuck anyway. We were done with this today's session. Actually, I'm using TeamViewer from some other machine. Oh yeah, session back. So are you guys there? Some network failure happened. Some yes. Okay, this window I'll copy this one as well just for information. Right. So all right. So this is how, man, and you can trial and error. You can do a trial and error on your machine, like So compile app schema, whatever. You can just see what are the parameters it is asking, and all, and just for your information only. So particularly if you want to execute any of the option, and if you are not able to do, let me know. I'll say why you are not able to and what are the inputs are required for that, and I'll be giving some more information about that particular option. So otherwise, this is good enough to be honest. Demo. The same way you would be executing the maybe one or two parameters will be less or more, but the same thing it will be asking for which product information or all the products are one product. Even if you execute a menu or if you execute or if you regenerate a menu, regenerate a message file. So whatever you do in the same way it would be okay. The same structure it will be following the log file workers, maintaining the workers, the other window, the same thing it will continue. All right. So tomorrow we will continue. Okay. So with that, we're done with the AD utilities. Okay. So the next chapter and then we will start from tomorrow. Yeah. So any doubts? Fine. And Ashik, Mohit.